Alright everyone, welcome back to another Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade video. In today's video, we're back here on the JJK Phantom Parade subreddit. And there's this post by Mr. Prince Zerail, I hope I'm pronouncing that, shout out to them, making a post based on the Discord mod, I guess. I don't know how credible this guy really truly is. Xanin, a mod? I'm assuming it's for a moderator for the actual official Discord, possibly someone who works on the game. The truth being is, I don't know how credible this dude is. Possibly he is. It's because and basically, yeah, there's no global and JP sync in plan, which is wild to me if that's the case, because you know, they're saying it's because the decision is fluid more than it is concrete. The sync is likely set. No sync is likely set in stone. The duration of difference isn't. Either way, it's an advantage for us. If that's the case, then it's fine. Being 1 month of content behind JP will serve us more. We will get to treat JP as the test subjects for new units, which I mean, that's fair. It just blows my mind. Like, they took Ino out back and shot him for no fucking reason. So, it's just kind of strange to me that they're, I guess there's no sync. I don't know. Once again, I don't know the credibility of this guy. But, you know, the top comment on here is, why was content skipped then? Which, you know, is entirely my thoughts on this too, because if they're trying to get, like, bum rushed to the 1.5 anniversary just to get some of those Gojo, the Shoko and everything out, it's just like, it's just a little strange to me. And then, you know, they had it all planned out. Every Friday was going to be a brand new character. And guess what? February 8th came and went, and that we don't have Anonymity. So it's very strange. So we're back on my channel here for a moment. I believe it was this video. Oh, I'm blocking. Where was it? There was a post in one of these videos. Ah, come on. It must not have been this one. It must have been the one like before it. Yeah, here it is. It was this. This was the roadmap that came out. And it had basically a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, here it is. So this is the roadmap that we had. And, you know, I thought, wow, well, where's fucking Nanami? Did they skip out on Nanami? And it does seem like that's the case. Like, Nanami, I guess, is not coming until, was it maybe early September? Which is strange to me that they did it this way. Why the fuck did they skip Ino? Why did they skip content? Why did they, like, very bum rush all these units out, like, one after another after another after another? There was a moment in time we got, like, 3 brand new units in like 2 weeks, which is absurd. And now mid-August, there's just nothing. They've got the Inside of Limitless Satoru Gojo coming back, which is great, don't get me wrong, but this definitely lends an ear to make me believe that Nanami is not showing up until early September, because why would they lie? Why would they do all this? And then, like, basically, we're right here is where we're at. The Imaginary Realm Jogo is out, and that has some, I guess, overlap with this Inside of Limitless Satoru Gojo. So Satoru Gojo, Domain Expansion Gojo, is coming back very, very soon. So if you don't have him, remember that video I said where out of all these characters, this Gojo is probably the most, the one you want to walk at this event with the most. You definitely should prioritize him if you haven't already. But with Nanami, dude, I'm just surprised. I'm just surprised. I definitely think we can expect to see Nanami early September, which would be like at the earliest fucking probably September 5th. Dude, I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Again, I don't know how credible this guy is, but allegedly, I mean, that's panning out. It's coming. It's showing that that's the case. This is coming up. again, I have the timeline of events, and right now we're basically at this point, May 30th, on the JP side. We have, Jesus Christ, we have not had this formidable battle against Toji yet, which is strange. Probably should be getting that some point soon, I would imagine. Hopefully. Probably whenever this Gojo comes back. So we expect that to show up. But then we have a map event. We have a score attack statistic, battle content statistic. And then we have Nanami. So Nanami, I guess, I mean, it makes sense. We don't have Nanami coming back for a while. This was from June 11th on the JP side, where this Gojo came back, to June 30th is how much time they had in between those two. So, yeah, dude, especially when you take a look at this and you just look at the big old gap right there, I think they're slowing down on content. And I do believe that, they're slowing down on the sync. I don't think we're getting the sync, guys. You know? Kind of blows me away a little bit, but that's just how it is. Then from this point on, June 30th to July 31st is how far away we would be, exactly like damn near, like, what is that, a month and a couple weeks, like a week or two away from the current content on GAP. So we can Jesus, we can expect this Nanami to show up. When he shows up, that this guy's going to be showing up not too far after. I don't know, dude. It's certainly like a good thing still that we are like this far behind JP, at least. Like what is it? One of these guys said that I prefer this. I like knowing what's ahead and what I want to save for. I do agree. I completely agree. I like being able to know what's coming up and kind of plan in advance. Obviously, we have like anniversaries and stuff that's going to be like way more obvious that you should be saving for. But at the very least, we know something like, hey, Choso is coming out on JP, and he's actually a fucking god, dude. So like you can plan around. Do I want to summon for Nanami, who's a red type support, or do I want to summon for Choso, who's a green type support? It helps out that we're able to have that kind of strategizing in play. Versus a sync would be nice. I think a sync would help their bottom line, because they don't want you to know. They definitely do not want you to know what's coming up. They prefer you to just spend your cubes on bullshit banners like fucking Eno. Dude, I can't believe the Eno disrespect they gave him. They gave him no respect. They said, we're going to skip out on Eno, and we're going to tell you guys that we are not going to sync up the versions. How fucking funny is that, dude? How funny is that? I can't believe it. But this isn't confirmation that it won't sync, though, right? So they all rushed that all content for nothing. So why are we missing out on so many events just to rush to the 1.5? What was the goddamn point? No dev teams want to set any date because they can go south easily, and one of the worst things that can happen to a dev team is to be caught lying. The release schedule for global servers is fast and condensed, suggesting that they're intentionally working towards an eventual sync. I can't be surprised if both versions are fully synced by end of November or during the New Year period. A week or so delay between the versions can still be considered a sync. Their objective is to minimize the possibility of players rationally programming their cube spending. This is a good comment. I do agree with this comment. Their end goal is to minimize the possibility of rational players programming their cube spending. And they're trying to minimize that. They want you to spend your cubes. They want you to spend all your cubes on bullshit banners so you can summon on the fucking Gojos and the Sukunas with an empty account and ready to spend money on the game. That's their eventual goal. That's their bottom line. So I'm so glad they screwed us over for almost a full year and then decided, well, actually, never mind. We're going to keep you guys separated still. Wishing the absolute worst and most evil things upon Bilibili employees at the moment. To be fair, let's be honest behind this. The reason why most players probably think about a possible inevitable sync is because a lot of us players are probably other gacha games, like Dokkan Battle, Legends, and stuff. And that Dokkan, for example, it took like what 10 years for them to sync up, and when you put it in that perspective, everyone wants to see the game sync up and everything, but that's probably not the best thing for us. We want to play with the new units, we want to play with the new Choso, but we're gonna have to be freaking patient a little bit, because at the end of the day, he'll be coming in a month anyways. And I understand why some people are frustrated. Personally, I think it's fine. At the end of the day, it hurts their bottom line, not ours. I think our bottom line is we need to save money. We need to save cubes. And if they're willing to just halt the sync and let the content kind of slow down, maybe now they'll actually push out more of the old content that they've been neglecting, like the Eno stuff, or I think there was a Dead Mall event or something that they just completely skipped. There's plenty of stuff that they can just give us now and actually maybe possibly catch us up on, because we are missing shit from JP. Do not get me wrong. And I wouldn't mind us being like a month behind at the moment. Do I think it's best for the game's health? No, possibly not. But for global players, especially myself, I like to know what the fuck is going on in a month's time. So I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I think personally, it's not the end of the world. I do hope to see some of the content they've skipped. Fucking dude, I can't get over Eno. They just skipped him. They took him out back, and they just said, nah. And then they said, oh, just kidding. All right, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully, we'll get more information about this, more concrete information. It does seem to be panning out that way once again, with just the gap of content for an entire month, which blows my mind. Are we going to be 2 months behind JP with just nothing else coming out in August? I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.